Yo guys, it's Luke, back here with day 12. I don't really have much to report today. I felt pretty good today. Kind of freaked out about the coronavirus thing, but I know mainstream science doesn't tell us everything, so I kind of take refuge in that sometimes. Yeah, day 12, day 8 of my 30-day challenge. So today I had to go to a random stranger and find out 3 things about him. And so I went up to this guy in the hot tub, and then I went up to this other guy in the locker room, and the first guy was a physical therapist. And I just kind of asked him, like, did he like it? Like, does he love what he do? Does he love what he does? What's he do? And then how do you, like, realize that? And his name was Justin, and the other guy's name, he was an older guy, his name was Dave. And I basically asked him the same things. And yeah, guys, I've noticed that after I do these social challenges, like when I see a girl out, I'm like, damn, dude, like I'm in that like social state. I feel like I could talk to this girl right now. And so that's one of the positives I'm taking away from this. And I've realized that like, you just do it. Like once I know what the challenge is, I just try to do it as like pretty quickly as possible, because the more time you put in between you finding out what it is and you thinking about it, like the more you're gonna think about it. And I'll never forget this now that I saw it. I saw a dating coach say one time that you should approach a girl within 3 seconds. And it's like, that's kind of a good pointer, because like, and he said that because like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna talk yourself out of doing it. You're gonna think about it for one, way too long, and then you're just gonna talk yourself out of doing it anyway. So I just try to tell myself, like when I'm overthinking it, like wow, like yeah, I think that's what I also kind of realize, like kind of helps you realize like when and what overthinking is. Like it, like I try to tell myself, like just do it, like just ask this guy, just say, yo sir, what's up, like can I ask your opinion on something? And that's what I did, and the dude was super cool. Like I was respectful about it. I wasn't like too like, hey, tell me, like. And so like I think he respected that, and you know, I tried to show him that I wasn't like some like random weirdo being weird. I was just like being genuine, and I think people respect that and respond to that. And so yeah, guys, I've kind of noticed that like you really can like decide, like you really can choose, like, and it's kind of showing me like when I'm overthinking and kind of like what overthinking looks like and sounds like in my head. Like overthinking is where you're just like, you keep repeating the scenario in your head. And I kind of try to turn that off now and say, just do it. And then it kind of like feels good. Like I was sitting in the hot tub and he was sitting there. And I think he noticed, because I had been kind of looking at him, and he just seemed like a centered, nice guy. Like I could tell, like he was like doing some workout in the pool. And I think I'd seen him in there, so I think I kind of sensed that he was gonna get in the hot tub. And so like every time I wasn't looking, like I could kind of tell he was like looking at me, seeing like, man, he was probably thinking like, what's this guy keep looking at me for? And I wasn't like, I didn't just keep like staring him down, but you know, people can sense that and feel that. And I finally just like waited a sec. I closed my eyes in the hot tub, and then I was like, sir, can I ask you for an opinion? And then I just did the challenge, and then I just started talking to him. And so it's like, it's just a really, really cool phenomenon to like experience, guys, honestly. Like I get this little like feeling in my chest where you're like, all right, like you like feel this like rising up of like tension, but it's not like anxiety or anything. It's like nervous excitement. And it's weird, because if you can channel it right, like I can usually get into like a really mindful state, like a really centered, like focused state. Like I found that I wasn't nervous talking to him. It actually like calmed me down and made me feel centered when I was talking to him, because I was trying to be really present, and I was trying to just be like normal and be genuine. And I tried to be slow, and I tried to be calm and show that like, hey, I'm not some creep being weird. Like I know he doesn't think that, I know I think that sometimes. That's my fear. But yeah, guys, it was a pretty cool challenge today. It felt really good. And so like I really wanted to like really do it again, to really feel like I did it. And so I went into the locker room, and I noticed that feeling you get where you're like, I just instantly did it again, and turned around and talked to this guy that I'd seen there before, but he was definitely like a total stranger. I was like, hey, excuse me, sir. I was like, how are you, sir? Because he was like an older gentleman. He's like, good, how are you? And I said, I'm good. I said, can I ask your opinion on something or for advice? And then I noticed like he started telling me he was in the Navy and like all this other stuff that I won't go into just because I don't feel like going into it. But it's like, that's a part of this journey as well, guys. Like, you want to do things that give you a dopamine hit. And I found on my journey the first time that once I started reprogramming myself and changing my lifestyle, I noticed the same feeling I got from this bad addiction, like the fulfillment. I figured out the feeling was fulfillment. And that's the feeling I get from like interacting with people socially. Like when I interact with people socially, sorry guys, my lips are kind of chapped. When I interact with people socially, like it gives me that weird, full, like good, like connection type feeling. And it like kind of gives you a high for a while after. And I just really noticed that again today. And another weird thing I notice about this is like the epiphanies that I have and the realizations I have, they seem to like stick. And I know everybody else has like probably noticed this before too, but it's like you like feel it in your mind. Like when you relapse, you feel like your mind like empties. And when I used to relapse a lot, like that's what it always used to feel like. I would go a certain amount of days, I'm like, all right, I'm building up, I'm having these good realizations, I'm like doing this stuff, and it like I'm thinking of these thoughts and I'm learning like these lessons and it feels good. And then I would relapse and it'd be like, oh, I lost it all. Like where I wasn't like emotionally resonating with like my thoughts the same way. And I had one of my mentor's friends say that in our group chat one time. Some dude asked a question, he's like, yeah, well, you might not emotionally resonate with it, right? And I had never heard that before. I was like, dude, that's exactly what it is. And so that's what I noticed about NoFap, guys. Like when you're on this, when you're going through like a good number of days, like, and you're having these epiphanies, like that helps you gain momentum because you're like, dude, this feels fucking good. Like I'm feeling good right now. Like I'm having, like my emotions are actually there. I'm like thinking and feeling shit. And so yeah, guys, I noticed that again today, like where I'm building that momentum again. So it was a pretty successful day. Like I feel good, and really all I wanted to do was make this video and end up uploading it. So I'm gonna cut the video off here, guys. As always, I'll see you tomorrow in fucking 9 to 5. Peace.